So have you noticed a rise in teen pregnancies, drug addictions, and problems with mental health rather among young people? So what is the problem, and could there be a remedy to these things? Welcome back. This is Truth Rewind on Mwanga Radio, where we point you back to the truth according to the Bible. Let me start by saying that I understand the curiosity that exists in young people, and of course, especially teenagers. I was just there not too long ago. When one is young, you're just excited about everything. You want to try out everything that can be tried, anything that people can do, whether it is the experience of sex, drugs, weeds, or even watching fat X-rated film. And I remember this saying that was very famous when I was in high school, that experience is the best teacher. Of course, Kwanzaa, when it came to issues of girls, we really wanted to get that experience, and of course, we'd lie to ourselves. We just want to get an experience before we get married. And I know this is really, really common among young people. So I believed in that statement, and of course, it is true. Experience is the best teacher. Until while I was in Form 4, my last year of my high school, I read an article of a guy who had talked about a girl, of course it's the third one, who had contracted HIV on her very first encounter of sex. And this is what that person had written. It is true that experience is the best teacher, but some experiences are so painful that you had better learn through the experiences of others. And that changed my thoughts completely. So let me put it this way. Imagine your friend, a girl, involves herself in premarital sex and of course conceives, and she tries to procure an abortion. And in the process, of course, the worst happens, and she loses her life. Do you still want to experience death so that you may learn? Think about that. So in the few or the many years of my interaction with young people, and especially teenagers, I'd say I don't think there's a topic that I have spoken about so passionately from the issue or the topic of abstinence, be it abstinence from premarital sex, abstinence from drugs and substance, including even alcohol. And why have I been speaking about this topic of abstinence so passionately? Because I have seen what it has done, or the harm it has done to some of my close friends and of course relatives. And so here, according to me, is a problem that the human heart tends to be more inclined towards evil than it is towards God. The book of Romans, one of the books of the Bible, the New Testament, has dedicated its first 3 chapters to address the wickedness of the human heart, or the wickedness of human beings. And it has spoken about the fact that, despite the people knowing the truth, they suppressed it. And of course went ahead and did what was wrong and evil. And of course, this is still the problem even today. I think we have people who know the truth, but they have suppressed that truth, and they have gone ahead and done what their hearts and their appetites, their evil appetites are craving. So somebody did a song a while ago, and he said that wanajua ni kulenga too, and I think this is very true. We have been told, and I think parents have done their job. They have told their children that engaging in premarital sex has consequences that are really bad. Our pastors and our teachers have told us about the danger of involving ourselves with drugs and substance. I mean, they've told us that these things will cause us to go crazy, to run mad. But we have people who still, even after being told all these things, they will still go ahead and practice them. They will still go ahead and do them. And the reason is because we have a people who have hardened their hearts. The human heart is really very, very, very hard. And we tend to hear these things and push them on the side. We push them aside and still do the wrong thing. That's why there has been a rise in teenage mothers, drug and substance abuse among young people, leading to problems of mental health. And of course, these issues are rampant. If you've been observant, they're on the rise. And so what is the possible remedy or solution to these problems among our young people? The solution or the remedy lies in these 2 points that I'm about to highlight right now. And the very first thing I'll talk about is acknowledging God. I have said this, and I will say it again, that life belongs to God. And so if and when we try to do life without God, we are definitely doomed to fail. And the reason is because we're trying to figure out something that is that we shouldn't. Life belongs to God, and so we should let God take full control and rule over our lives. This life is not yours; it belongs to God. So let Him rule and take control of it. Well, on another note, there is a danger when we suppress the truth about God and His Word. What happens is that you will have no control over your actions. And this is well described in chapter 1 of Romans, like I had stated earlier. When the people mentioned in that chapter suppressed the truth about God, God gave them over, or gave them up to their wickedness. And of course, things that are very natural, like man being attracted to a woman, sexually, was corrupted. That is very natural, but it was corrupted, and men became attracted to fellow men sexually, and of course, women got attracted to other women sexually. And I believe that, rather, that is really, really bad. It is dangerous. But the question is this not what is happening around us today? That is why I'm saying it is what is happening in our generation, even to this day. And so that is what happens when people harden their hearts and turn against God. Hakuna kitu dangerous kama Mungu kutuondokea. I mean, we will do things. I mean, you do things that even you yourself you'll be scared of. How else will this problems among young people be solved? And number 2 thing that will help solve these issues or these problems is by guarding our hearts. Proverbs 4:23 says, and I quote, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for it is from that heart, it is from your heart that the issues of life flow." The heart that the Bible is talking about in that verse is not the organ that is on our right, rather left side of our chest, but rather it is the core of all human activity. The heart is the center of your thoughts, your emotions, and actions. So basically, the heart is the center of all your physical activity, so to speak. It is the center of your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. And so if your heart is wicked or evil, your thoughts will definitely be wicked, and so will be your actions. Yes, so now that, rather now you know the cause of the wickedness that's happening in and around us. And we have said that it is because guys have suppressed the truth about God and His Word, which of course is the Bible. I've also said that the human heart is wicked and deceitful. It's full of evil. And the remedy, on the other hand, will be found in acknowledging God and His Word, and also by guarding our hearts. And of course, in our next episode, I'll unpack this whole concept of guarding our hearts. And of course, that's why I've not spoken about it in detail. And so please, you don't want to miss that. So stay tuned by subscribing and, of course, pressing that notification bell so that once the next episode drops, you get notified. So thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Please ensure that you share this with a friend. Baraka.